right, man. Let's talk about Pistons possibly trading for Karl Anthony Towns. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Now I hear that the Minnesota Timberwolves are in somewhat of a bind. Something ain't going right. Here we go. Yeah, they somewhat in the bind as far as cap space, and they said they want to do everything in their power to be able to keep Karl Anthony Towns. But apparently a lot of those smaller franchises, when they get into luxury tax like that, hurt them. And my thing is, if that was the case, why would you go trade for Rudy Gobert? That, to me, that didn't make a bunch of sense in my mind. Why would you go trade for Rudy? If this is going to put you in the bind, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to go move for a particular guy, in that situation, it's a Kevin Durant, it's a scorer. It's somebody on the wing that can go get a bucket, okay? Therefore, they should have just left the dynamic between Cat and Anthony Edwards the way it was and just fill in around them. So, in my opinion, that Gobert trade was one of the most meaningless and dumb trades I ever seen in my life. Just looking at it, right? It's all because Karl Anthony Towns wants to be a beta. All these big fellas today want to be betas. They want to be fours and forwards. And at the end of the day, how can you blame them? The wings and the guards have the best shoe deals and the most apparel, but to be honest, that's why these guys want to play on the wing so much, and that's allowed Karl Anthony Towns to be on the wing. Now, he has made the adjustment of putting his head down and driving to the bucket, but, and people say, well, he's really a powerful. No, he's a center. Anthony Davis is a center. Like it or not, these guys are centers. The reason why guys like them in the past was categorized as power forwards, like Tim Duncan, because they had David Robinson next to him. Kevin Garnett was so athletic and mobile, he was so light that they made him a power forward, so he couldn't really bang with the Shaqs like that. But other than that, your Alonzo Mournings, your Patrick Ewings, your Dikembe Mutombos, they were centers. Rick Smith's Big Country, Theo Ratliff, we can go on and on and on and on. Okay? So, that's my issue with him. He doesn't want to embrace being a center, and that's why they traded for Gobert. If I'm gonna give all that up, I might as well went to go try to get a Mikal Bridges or, a little bit lesser Cam Johnson, somebody on the wing that can help me out. And now they in the bind where they can't give away Rudy Gobert, but you can trade Karl Anthony Towns. And it depends on, and what they can get for him on the trade market. In my opinion, I wouldn't hesitate to do so. If I want to get a big fella that play like a guard or a wing, why not just go get a guard and a wing? That's what I'm thinking. Why not go get a guard and a wing? Or a wing? Why not just go get them? So, but if Detroit were interested, it would be interesting. It really would be interesting, and I think the interest at this point would be, you could replace, you can send Duran over there. That'd be cheaper. You can get him another guard in Ivy. You could send Beef Stew, get him a little bit of something else in the mix, and maybe some compensation. And whatever else you got to make the salaries, you can go Karl Anthony Towns, Tobias Harris, Cade Cunningham, Ron Hollins, or Short Thompson, Sasser. You still got. I'm rolling. I would consider it. He's an all-star. He's a really good defender. He's a great offensive player. I just would have to convince him to get his big ass on the block. Now, do I like that idea more than going to get Brandon Ingram? Is the question. I really believe in Jalen Duren, though. I believe he could be the next big thing in basketball. So, but Karl Anthony Towns, he had some knick-knack injuries like this year. It is what he came back. Didn't like he missed the beat. Honestly, people forget he was injured right before they made a playoff run. So, He came back, didn't look like he missed a beat, to be honest, dude. So the durability factor, he already paid, so you already don't have to worry about hashing out a contract. Now, one of the things that became an issue with the Atlanta Hawks trading for Brandon Ingram, just came on my phone on Bleacher Report. One of the issues, it came out that they didn't want to give Brandon Ingram a new deal, so that he had to play on the last year approval deal. And also, they didn't want to trade Clint Capella. So, and they probably wasn't trying to give him nothing back because they lost Valanciunas, didn't they? I believe Valanciunas went somewhere else. So now they would need a center. Now, at the end of the day, if you turn around and say, well, in the Ingram trade, they wanted Jalen Duren, I would just rather go with Karl Towns. You know, if I had to move him. If I had to move for one. Because then again, you got some wings that's in develop at that 3 spot. Worst case scenario, you can move K to the 3. You know what I'm saying? Another case scenario, you could put, you got, Ron Hollins who's still developing, Short Thompson who's still developing. You can put a stopgap in that Simone guy that still, they can play. So they got answers already at that wing spot. And, at the center spot, Duren could be the answer. But what you getting with Karl Towns is a certified all-star. Once again, he can shoot it, he can post. And, Minnesota will be getting his multiple pieces around Gobert and maybe even in that situation, you wouldn't even have to give up Jalen Duren. That would be crazy. In that situation, you may not have to give up Jalen Duren. That may be crazy because they do have Rudy Gobert. So it'd probably be Stewart, Ivy, a Short Thompson, and some type of compensation in draft or draft pick or 2. So in that situation, then the question becomes, could you get away with playing Duren and Karl Towns together? You like, CJ, what about Tobias? Tobias is a natural wing. He can play the 3 or the 4. So you would go Tobias Harris at the 3, Duren at the 5, and Karl at the 4. Could that work? Minnesota was a great defensive team. That'd be very, very interesting. That'd be an interesting team right there. Okay, you got a lot of everybody. Your shooting improved a lot. Between Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., Marcus Sasser, they could be in the backcourt with Cade Cunningham. So, to be honest, would you lose a kick by losing to Short Thompson? Yeah. But you lose a little bit with Ivy, so be it. You take 2 guys that can't shoot the ball away. You add 2 guys, even if it's temporary, in Hardaway Jr. and Beasley that can't shoot the ball. You got Sasser in the backcourt. I think they may make some noise, especially if you go K, Sasser in the backcourt, Tobias, Cat, Duren keep. That's a good 5. And then you coming off the bench with Beasley, Simone, Tim. That's 3 off the bench. The only real question, Ron is coming off the bench with those guys. Only real question they would have is they would need probably another center off the bench. They would have to go find another center off the bench or have a big fella to back up Karl and back up. And Duren, I would do that. I'd do that. I swear for God. And 2 white men, like Shannon Sharp said on the front door, I'd do that. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.